Tough guy. Tough guy. Tough guy. You're a tough guy. You're a tough guy. You're a tough guy.
Your defense is great. Dog. Hey, what's the dog? Another hearing problem. Everybody's got oh, he was you're thinking he's getting fired.
I always considered him my adopted son, and he always called me Dad for 12 years. It was a running repertoire between Thurman and myself. I'd see him on the practice field. He'd say, "Hi, Dad," and I'd say, "Hi, son." Number 34, Thurman Thomas. Even if he's leaving, he's still my adopted son. Each team would play in their own league for 4 years and have a total realignment in 1970 under the guidance of the then Commissioner Pete Rozelle. It was a great experience. We played games in the AFL, and at the end of the year, we played the NFL for the championship of the World Professional Football League, later known, and I credit the late Lamar Hunt for this, later known as the Super Bowl. The league grew tremendously through television and interest in towns, very small towns in those days, San Diego, Denver, Oakland. But it spread pro football all over the country. People started to enjoy it because it's way back in the 50s, there was only 12 teams in the NFL. We had a measure of success ourselves. In 1965, we played the San Diego Chargers for the championship of the AFL in San Diego. They had a great team. We did too, not as publicized as them, but we had Billy Shaw, a Hall of Famer. It was a custom of the Chargers in those days to place a cannon in the end zone. And every time the Chargers would score a touchdown, there was an elderly man that would fire the cannon. We won the game 23-0. Everybody went off to the locker room, the players, the coaches, and I stood there in front of our bench in awe, in amazement. And I turned around and I saw this elderly man towing the cannon up the field, and he got right in front of our bench, turned it around, tilted it up to the sky, and fired it. Which only goes to show you can't see anyone in football that likes to get shut out. It has been a grand ride for me, and tonight is the high point. Thank you to so many players, coaches, my family, the Bills family, passionate Bills fans, the Hall of Fame voters, and the Hall of Fame staff who have worked so hard to make this weekend a very pleasurable one. And closing in on 91, I still feel that I have youth on my side. And I want to thank all of you very much for this honor. Thank you.
25,000 franchise fee and a dream, Ralph Wilson became owner of the Buffalo Bills in 1959. His AFL team began play in 1960, and the rest was history. A merger into the NFL followed, that and 5 decades of memories.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Wilson was a player's owner, treating them like his own kids. After years of losing football, he brought a winner to Western New York, 4 straight trips to the Super Bowl. For Ralph Wilson, pro football was more than a business. It was a way of life.
You have to have an owner that has a passion for the game. Don't come in as an investment. Have a passion for pro football, which I am. If you want to make a fortune, you either have to, in football, you have to sell or die. And I'm not interested in either one of those.
The Bills owner was always present at practice, at camp, at every game. It's all he knew.
They gave me the game ball, which is really an honor, and here, I'll show it to you.
He was an old-style owner who lived for his team, and his team lived for him. A throwback to the golden era of sports.
I'll tell you one thing. I've had a lot of fun with this franchise. You know, it's been half my life. Half my life has been spent here with the franchise, and I have had a lot of fun.
Ralph Wilson was 95. The legacy he leaves behind, immeasurable.
30 years from now, I want you to look down the road and
30 years
30 years from now.
Come on.
I want Ralph C. Wilson here to give me a biographical sketch of the type of owner or type of person he wants running the football team that he founded.
Well, I don't know. I hope it's an owner that has a stabilization in mind, that tries to keep a franchise for the fans, where it's been, which I always have been. I've been for, against relocation, and to do the best job, to feel a good team, because this is not to have a passion for the game. That's the most important. This is not a money-making thing, although when they see 77,000 fans, Jesus, that Wilson is really coining money.
Or the TV contract.
Or the TV contract. Or does he making a fortune? It's not that at all. If you want to make a fortune, you either have to, in football, you have to sell or die. And I'm not interested in either one of those.